Oh, hi, you. You right there. I see you. You.
What's up?
Touching the faces. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching. It's the
You,
SEO show. I'm Frank Schwartz. That right there
Byron.
is the SEO rock star Byron Lee. You guys can just call him Rock God, Sir
Oh,
Byron
good.
Lee. Um, oh yeah, man. We call the Queen. See if we can get united, Sir Byron. That would be badass, man.
Should
You
I
could.
get knighted by the band Queen or the actual Queen of England? I mean, which would be better?
Oh, the band.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to go with the band, brother. I mean, that's just the way it is.
It is.
So, sucks to be you. You showed me your outside.
Oh man, bad.
That just sucks balls,
We got
literally.
like 4 inches of snow out here, guys, and it's
He's
not cool.
four, he said he's got 4 inches. Your poor woman. I'm sorry, that was rude. That was rude. Hi.
Hey, it keeps coming down, so we'll just keep the joke going.
So, yeah, we'll take your hour by hour measurements.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we started this one off. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's having a successful morning. Mr. Andrew over at SimEasy had my ass up at butt crack early dawn. We had a nice little powwow with Mark from the show was it last week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, it's been a long week. Talking about Mark stuff and talking about SimEasy and talking about SERP Spike, which gets released on Monday, which I don't know if Andrew told you, Byron, but we're going to be giving away some spikes for
Awesome.
SERP Spike for anybody who jumps on it Monday. And no, we're not selling. There's no affiliate shit. You guys already know that. We don't do that, but we do help. And when Mark comes back on, which I think is going to be in next week, he might be on. We're also going to be. I gotta finalize things, but he's going to be giving away a whole bunch of stuff that he's got stacking up. Maybe it's in 2 weeks. I don't know, but he's just every day he's like, dude, I want to add this. Hey, maybe I could add this. What about this? And hey, what about this? And I'm like, dude, it's only an hour show. I mean, it's gonna be giveaway Friday, and that's all we're gonna be doing is going. Who wants? Okay, I mean, the 5 people who watch us are gonna win everything, and that
Yeah.
is the going rule to our show. In order to win, because I mean, these are on replays, and I can't have somebody tapping the email or the question box going, did I win? Did I win? The books that we gave away last week are mailed to everybody who got me their address. So that's good news. And so, I mean, what else besides the snow in your area, man?
Just the snow, and I mean, I did move, like almost a month ago now, so still finally getting everything ironed out. I got my fast internet, I got my screen set up, I got my HD cam, so I feel like I'm complete again, finally.
You feel whole? Do I
I
help
feel,
make you whole?
yes, yes. It's whiteboard over there is not hung up yet because I don't want to drill holes in the beautiful new walls, but I'm gonna have to get over it.
Now, was this in the same location that the garage is?
Yeah, it's really close to garage location, a few miles away. That was my dad's house actually, so it's yeah.
Well, I hope you didn't sign a lease for too long because we're opening up the SimEasy West Coast offices, and they just happen to be based out of the Glendale, Arizona area. Uh, I'm serious, dude.
No,
I've got to go talk to these guys on Monday and find out if I can get some office space. And
nice.
yeah, but I've got to be put off into a corner You know, I want to say I have a corner office for one, and two, I'm going to have music going, and I've got to have full access 24 hours a day to this building because you know if I get bored, you know I want to be able to go over there and you know f around and piss off people, and I got to have a secretary
Yeah.
that I don't pay for, you know, so I'm going to like hook up with the dude next door's secretary and be like, hey, can you copy some of this shit for me? Hey.
I used to have an office. I'd go in at like 3 a.m. and just like pull my car in the warehouse and just sit there and play music and work a little bit, but it made me feel important.
It's an outside location. I can say, you know, I'm working from the home office, and then I
Yeah.
have to go to the other office. And my wife's like, "You've already got a corner office." And I said, "Yeah, but I only have a view." And she's like, "Well, stop closing your windows off." I'm like, "Yeah, damn it." What's the news on the SEO front? You hearing anything crazy?
Nothing too crazy, just kind of like the same old stuff. I think Penguin 3 kind of finally phased down as far as like everybody freaking out and everybody's back to normal stuff again. As far as myself, I just been kind of tinkering and testing, and I know
Wow.
that,
You
and you know, testing and
you just went robot. You are full robot now.
oh,
Or I just went full robot. One of us just lost all our traffic.
all right, is that better?
Uh, a little. Nope, froze again. Froze again. It, and again.
What the?
There you go. Now you're moving.
Okay, cool. But anyway, no, not much going on here. Just rocking and rolling with some clients and stuff like that. So
I heard some crazy talk, man, that this Penguin update that even Google said, yes, Penguin update is actually being considered a Panda update,
what?
and that they are saying that by the certain test by certain people that this is actually showing that it is a full-on panda and not a penguin. And I'm like, well, I mean, I know Google's not in it to you know, tell us everything, but I would think if somebody said, hey, is this a Penguin 3.0, and they would go, no, it's kind of a panda refresh, you know, or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt them. Whichever frickin' animal they're going to filter through, you know, they're just going to, you know, say things. Man, I just gotta do the plug. Walmart. But I also got screwed, dude. I went to the store and got water, and I had to get Great Value, which is the same style of filtrated crap water from Arizona.
Hey, that's what I had the other day, and you were telling me it was just tap water.
It is tap water, but I can't come home without the bottled water, or the wife is going to kill me. So I just grabbed the bottle of 36 pack, and you know it didn't have my Arrowhead water. And who else? Man, I was supposed to do a couple of shout outs to some people, and I don't know. Oh, Joe Knoll. I want to say hi to Joel, man. Joe over at Sim Easy. He moderates over there. We got to get him on the show. I'm asking him publicly to please come on the show and talk about your 6 skills on the SEO instruments. Because you're a good guy, you're always over there and you're always helping people, and you know I appreciate it, and I know everybody else does, even if they don't tell you. You know, it's like a long-term relationship. Eventually, we just stop telling you how great you are, even though we should.
Yeah.
And we apologize. We do love you. Yeah, and the penguin panda thing, I don't know how much I'm putting into it. I think it's crap. I mean, it showed signs of penguin. It acted like a penguin. I mean, if it chirps like a penguin and looks like a penguin, then I'm going to call it a penguin. I mean, it's just Fuck, how do I get there? Yeah, Brian Zimmerman says, can't Boise get some better internet? Ouch, dude.
Whoa.
Brian's already busting your balls. Damn.
Down and 20 meg up. I don't know how much better I can get.
Ooh. Now, is that... Well, I will tell you this. In the middle of a snowstorm, that is kind of a bitch, though. I don't want to even know what my my speeds are. I have to keep changing my IP through my service provider. But also, I'd like to say hi to everybody who was in the mastermind yesterday over at that location that we know of. It's a super secret mastermind. But I will tell you something, man. I think being connected with people is really important, especially in this industry. Sharing what works. I got to meet a bunch of guys who each have a specialty. We're all SEO, but they've each got a specialty, and you know the stuff they were sharing and their backgrounds and everything. I mean, when you just come together and start to think, it's really cool how fast and creative these solutions to the problems that we're facing become. Andrew put out a question, and all of a sudden we had 10 people, each from their area, kicking it, and it was awesome. So I want to thank them for inviting me in. Thanks to Ben and Justin for making sure everybody got their emails out. And I heard you, Mr. Byron, are going to be joining us.
Yes, Andrew was talking to me, and I'm pretty excited to check it out.
I mean, the only thing that I hated was the big blue button software. I mean, it's kind of cool, but, you know, they make open source so bulky at times. Like alternative to analytics for Google. I absolutely loved that software, but it was huge and bloated and really slowed down my site. And I don't know if it was me or whatever, but I loved that stuff, and I had to walk away from it because I was like, damn, it's just so big and bloaty, and then you know they have to have a dedicated server, and this thing sounds like you're talking to a tin can 1 minute, and then you know it's garbly-gook on another one. So you know. I think we should just all meet at my house every Thursday and just hang out and bullshit.
Just fly down and meet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why not? 6-hour flight at the longest for anybody in the States. And, you know, if you're out of the States, leave a day early. You know? You do it enough, you eventually get enough miles, you'll fly for free. Carrie. Gary jumps on and says, I'm sorry he's late for the Byron show. Didn't miss anything. Yeah, you missed that I'm the boss. Sorry, it's the SEO show, Carrie, but you are funny. We appreciate you stopping by. Byron, do you want to kiss or hang out or anything?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever met him. But hello.
Hello. Well, Carrie likes you. Carrie Blackburn, we appreciate you stopping by and knocking out a comment for us. Brian says, damn. Don't know why, but I'm sure it was something. But I think it was the speed of your internet. And Frank, have you checked out the new video software called Explain Dio? See, I call it Explain Dio because there was Ronnie, and he spelled his name D-I-O, and that was Dio, you know, and there was the band Dio, so it was Ronnie James Dio and all them. I have not checked that out. I do know that it's I know it's huge. It did a massive amount of sales. I think the last time I checked, it was the third or second largest selling JVZoo product. It actually crashed. Helped crash the JVZoo servers, and that was from JVZoo team, not the marketers. Everybody says it's really cool, and it might be. I'm not playing with it. I'm outsourcing most of this stuff, guys, and it's only because for the amount of money I'm going to buy these programs, and they're constantly, something is constantly coming out with a new adaptation to it. By the time you buy it, you learn it, and you implement it, there's already 2 more products out there that are going to be better, faster, and sexier. So I take that money and I take that time and I outsource it, or I use what I have, which is fine. All these little things, Powtoons works just as easy. I play with that. So yeah, I haven't touched it. I've heard it's great, and that's all I know. So Carrie says, "LOL." That's good. And Doug Huggins says, "Once I had a secret love." I hope it wasn't with me, Doug, but thank you. And Frank, have you checked out? Yes, yes. No, so I can't bash it. I can't reinforce it. I don't know. I didn't play with it. I wasn't offered the opportunity. I am a video guy, and I go old school and use more of the higher end dedicated software. So, but that's only because I'm doing chops. I do my edits. I don't do all the flashy things because I have a book that says stop doing all that flashy bullshit and just get down to the information, and you'll have a better response with your audience. What do you think, Byron? Did you play with it?
Nope, I have no experience with it. Hello?
Yeah, this is going to be a boring ass show when you just go nope.
I don't know what else to go into it with.
No, so we've answered a couple of questions, and that was in response to Carrie and Byron. Oh yes, Byron. Doug was saying that your love affair with Carrie. We're going to talk about this is going to be there. This was actually going to be a 3-part series because there's so much going on, and we're filling in the final 5 or 6 shows for the year. And man, I cannot believe the year is over.
I know, it's crazy.
God, what's it going to be? 2015. 2015.
We're getting into like Star Trek years now, dude.
I know, this is crazy shit. But we were going to talk about on-page SEO and keeping it to the basics. I mean, there's a lot of advanced things that you can do, and we'll talk about it. But we were going to do 3 parts, or I'd planned 3 parts. I kind of knocked it down to 2 because we're going to be bringing on some more guests before the end of the year. So do do this show and then do like a special guest show, and then we'll cover some more advanced things with on-page SEO that helps with rankings without having to beat up with all the extra software and bullshit and things like that. If that's cool with you, man.
Absolutely.
So do you go by? Does your keyword or your client dictate how much of the on-page SEO you do, or do you just kind of template it out and this is everything that should be on there and I do it with all of it? I'm more so moving towards having it more systemized, and it does depend because every client is in a different situation when it comes to the on-page. So I'll usually take a look at everything, make sure it looks good. Some clients come in and their on-page is great, and I do 99% link building and a little bit of cleanup, and that's pretty much what their campaign is. But if it's really bad, then I'll go in, I'll do the title, meta tags, just bust it out real quick, or, obviously I have a couple guys work on it. And then I also make sure that they do have their XML sitemaps, which speeds up indexing and all that. Just kind of some basic things because a lot of websites don't even have the basic stuff set up. But after that, I don't get too hardcore into it because I feel pretty good about my link building unless we want to get Damn it. I think I know what it is. I think
Stuff
it's
like
your super
those.
HD camera. What do you got? The C920?
Yeah.
Ha ha! See, I even know serial numbers of these damn things.
Is it? Did I cut out again?
Yeah, you cut out. You cut out right after and then it was like, okay, well, that's okay. It's probably, it really is. It's got to be your weather affecting the shit out of you. I mean, it's snowing like a monster out there,
Yeah.
and not only you. It's the whole northern United States. Guys, it snows every year. You might want to move.
I know,
I'm
but
sorry.
yeah.
The
Anyway,
basic.
if hopefully this comes through, but yeah, it's kind of a case by case thing. I mean, I do on page, but my link building's pretty damn good, so I rely on that mostly. As far as like my company site, for instance, I rank for in cities that I don't even have any on page content for. Like I'll just build a few links for a city that's maybe 100 miles away from me, 200 just to get it. I'll build 2 or 3 good links. I'll be within the top 5, but I don't mention that city anywhere on my site. So if I want to fortify things and get like those last few positions, then yes, are on page stuff. But I'm kind of more a link building guy. It's definitely important. I'll go through the basics when I sign on a client, but as far as my success, it's just been really strong link building. And I'm not trying to say on page doesn't work at all. It's an important factor to push you over the edge, but it's kind of lower on the totem pole, at least for how I'm running my business.
Um, yeah. One of the things that I noticed as I travel through the interweb and look at sites and competitors and things is dropping the Google Map on the page has exploded.
Yeah, I've
But the
noticed
funny
that.
part is it's exploded on all the crap sites. I mean, it doesn't work that you're doing a page and every page you have a map, unless you're doing, that different colored hat thing, or whatever. You don't have to have every element on every page because it looks stupid. I know a guy who built a plugin that actually would move photos around. You could put in a list of links to your photos, and it would literally drop them in different locations, which was awesome. Even moving it from left to right to center is even something different for Google to get used to. You don't need the same size. You don't need the same image. You don't, I had a client that they literally, it was like a paragraph and then a list of 5,000 words. And I'm like, who did this? Oh, our SEO guy. And I'm like, that's horrible. That's horrible. Now I wonder why you guys don't rank for anything in your industry that you've been in for 13 years, and you've had the same SEO guy for 9 years, and you still don't rank. What are you doing? And it was literally, we do this, and it was a list. And I'm like, that's not even black hat. That's just lazy.
Yeah.
Cut and paste it out of the keyword finder,
Lazy hat.
There you go. That's a new term. We are working on lazy hat. Sandra. She says, how would you use maps correctly on your site? If it was for a client, for me, if it was for a client, it would be on the main location. The map would be like on a contact or a find us or directions. As a page by itself with, your NAP, the name, address, phone number, and your map. And it can be a Google embedded map. And what's cool is if you're signed into the Google Maps or your Google account, your little picture comes up in the corner, and it can be tagged to your addresses, and you hit the get directions, and now I know my directions. I would have it. I would have the map on that. Now, if you have different locations and you're talking about the different locations, then yes, put a map. if you're talking about different service areas that, say, a plumber who gets in a van and goes to or any service that goes to a client, I would put a map occasionally on there saying we cover this area, but I wouldn't have it as an interactive Google map. I would have it almost like a screenshot where it's like a shaded county map, and at the bottom, like a for your information, we cover Cochise County. And then on another page at the bottom of the blog or whatever, for your information, we cover Coshocton County, or name cities. So you could interact that way, as long as it wasn't basically the same map embed on every page. And that's more an opinion and an aesthetic look than it is an actual, this is successful. Now, I think it'll be better because then Google starts seeing these, you name that picture that is the highlighted county that you work in, service area, and your keywords or however you want to optimize that picture or whatever. I think that would start helping with Google and the keyword. Because that now this page, it's got all this information. Oh, and here's another keyword that you can target. So you can be talking about this city, and then there's that picture of the county that you service. So that would be an idea. Again, I'm just puffing smoke, just puffing the smoke.
Well, no, I actually agree, and I think that's a pretty good usage of it. Doug asked a question too, which is kind of like what I was going to bring up, that it might be a little bit different if we're building out like a mass type website,
Yeah, oh, definitely. Now, when you're doing that mass site, like the landlords or the surf shakers, definitely put a geo-specific map on there, because Google loves it. Give Google what they want, but those are acting quite different than a client page, and that's what I mean by, when you're looking around and you click on a couple of links and the page is, the title, introductory, photo over here, paragraph, photo here, paragraph, video, paragraph, Google embedded map, and every page is identical. It's just, it's either going to be an AdSense page, it's a PBN site, it's not that information that you're going to actually use to follow through with, unless there's a banner on the side that says, "This is our crap site located. Our real site's over here. Please click this banner."
Yeah.
I'll click those banners. I would love to see somebody actually start putting banners like that up and go, the actual picture is. This is a placeholder website to get your attention and get easy rankings within Google. If you want a real website, please click this banner.
That would be cool.
You go into this really cheesy, super flashy site, and you're like, oh, okay, hey, that's how they're ranking. All right, we got it. So yeah, for the landlord, the shaker type sites, definitely do what we do to get to where we got to be. But it's just. You get a damn good. I'm really into getting very creative in titling, even when you're using just keywords, which is it's important to me that it's a catchy title, a useful title, and it means something to a human. And again, guys, I'm talking about specifically like a client site or a site that's maybe for Amazon stuff or things like that, not where we may be overlaying something or it's just used for over here. I'm talking a 5 or 6 page site, few articles. Get an article on there that actually answers a question, and the best place to get my titles or what some people are looking for is Quora. I don't know if you've ever been on there, but I'm signed up for a few niche spots where people ask questions, you know, and I'll go in and answer occasionally here and there. I actually got into a fight with them. I answered the question, but I had to link to, like, it was about Google Hangouts, so I linked to Google Hangout FAQ for the copyright issues, and they took down my answer, and they sent me an email that said, we took down your answer because you are using this to link out to what we consider a subpar page, and the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
it was a Google page?
It was a Google FAQ page, and I'm like, so I go back and I go, I have nothing to do with that page. They asked me a specific question about Google Hangouts, so I gave them a specific answer and linked them to the #1 authority site, and they came back and they apologized. They're like, we put you back up there. We're sorry. That was a mistake. And I'm like, oh, yeah, power to the man.
Yeah.
Power to the man. By the way, dude, this wall back here is going to change. I'm getting concert floodlighting. It's about 187 LEDs, and it'll change colors. But I'm getting fat heads made. Your head's going to be up there. The show logo's going to be there, and then my big fat ugly head's going to be over there too. So the whole wall's going to be the SEO show, dude.
Dude, I want one too.
They're $140. I gotta find the picture of you to where I can get them to cut out your little swoops.
Here, I'll take a picture and go like this, so you can get my head.
Yeah, we can do that, you know. And I was thinking, you know, we could even reenact like the TV show that was on before you were born. It was Jake and the Fat Man, and I could be the Fat Man. He was in a wheelchair, and I could sit there, and you can stand over my shoulder, and it'll be Byron and a fat dude or something. Yeah, you know. I think Andrew's probably laughing right now because he knows Jake and the Fat Man. He actually has a Jake, and he is a fat man, so. No offense, that's what he calls himself, the fat bastard. But to get back to you see, I go all over the place. So a good title that's catchy, but it'll also get a result in Google, because a stupid ass. This is what we do in city for, you know, we do back surgery in Glendale, Arizona by licensed chiropractors. That's boring as hell. You're playing to Google. You know, we fix your back with surgery by highly qualified doctors. You know, all of a sudden a human will click on that and interact with that page more. I think you're going to get a lot. Your call to action is going to actually frickin' do something for you. That's my #1 thing when it comes to on-page SEO, is a title that has a call to action already in it. Usually that title should make them want to read the first paragraph, and if you're a good writer, your paragraph makes them read the next paragraph, which makes them read the next paragraph. Bullshit. That title should make them read the first paragraph. That first paragraph should make them take action. If they want to read the rest of the damn article, let them. But the people who are spending all day long reading your articles are not buying fast enough because you haven't made it urgent. So your on page, in my opinion, is a solid fucking title, a great paragraph that has a call to action, and a video. I'm all into videos. It's the #1 way people will click on a video if they see less than 3 minutes. They see it's longer than 3 minutes, they're not even clicking on your damn video. That's my opinion.
Wow, nice.
Dude, if you're looking for somebody to help you with your brakes, are you gonna watch an 8-minute video by a guy telling you all about how long he's owned his garage?
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, I looked up, and everyone's gonna laugh, but my sink gets pretty clogged with hair, as you can imagine. So, you know, it happens. So I looked up a video, and yeah, I watched the 1-minute videos instead of the. There's some guy who's got like a 30-minute video about how to unclog your drain. I'm like, I don't need to listen to all this, you know.
No.
Tell me how to open it up, and thing. Yeah.
You needed the guy to tell you, grab a coat hanger,
Yeah.
undo it, shove it down there, spin it, and pull it out,
Yeah.
and you'll be
10-second
fine.
video. Yeah.
Okay, you're done. Now, here's the cool part that I've always told my service clients is do that video, that 2-minute video. Introduce yourself, who you are, how to get a hold of you, and what you're going to show them you're going to fix. So, hi, I'm Frank Schwartz, do SEO here in Glendale, Arizona. We're going to show you some on-page SEO, and boom, go right into it, answer the question, come out and go, listen, this is some information. If you don't want to do it, I suggest you call that number right there on your screen or press that contact me now button, and what we'll do is we will get back to you within the next 12 to 24 hours. That video is 2 minutes long. It's done. They got their answer. You did your call to action, and you introduced yourself and your company all in one. And you know how bad this is? You want to know actually how bad these videos are and the millions of dollars wasted?
Yes.
You ever seen those damn ads on YouTube that say you can skip this ad in 5 seconds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you notice that most of them, you have no frickin' idea what the commercial is about before it goes down to skip now?
Yeah.
No clue, but you skip.
No clue.
They had 5 seconds to grab your attention. They lost it. And the commercial keeps going. Now, they don't have to pay for all of it, but they did production. They paid somebody to figure out where to put these ads. They did all of this stuff, and they failed to grab your attention in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I had an ad pop up that said, you must be 21 years of age to watch this ad about alcohol. So I don't want to watch it, but I had to for 35 seconds. It didn't have a skip this ad button. I'm like, well, what if my daughter was watching this and she's under 21? You just said I have to be 21. So your ad guy did a horrible job at placing this ad for you. Plus, you made the legal requirements. But it's that whole call to action. Who are you? What are you going to do? And the call to action all has to be done in that short period of time, whether it's an article, a video, even a picture, an ad on Facebook. You know, it's got to be a catchy ad, but you've got to tell them what to do. You know, does your SEO suck? Click this. You know, I mean, that's as easy as it can get, but there are freaking people who will click it, you know. I'm still not a big Facebook ads fan. It just cost me $19 to get 11 clicks to our fan page.
$19?
Yeah, yeah. I would say I screwed something up.
I would say so, dude. I've got some
Dude.
I think I've mentioned what?
I absolutely love that you go in and about to tell a secret about Facebook ads, and it just went blah, 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 blah. Like Google just said, no, you're not telling any more of this shit. Get the AdWords, and we won't garble your ass.
I gotta call my freaking internet provider.
It's just roboting. You're just it's throttling you. You might want to get a VPN and not hide my ass, but another VPN, and it'll steady your stream out a little bit.
Okay.
It's like that prostate medication. It'll help with the stream.
Yeah, steady streams.
No, but what did you say about your ads and your dude? I'll show you the analytics. I'll show you everything. It was a $2 million. It was a 2 million group of people, $5 a day, and optimized for likes, page likes.
Okay, so the page likes, I could still take a look at it. If it's clicks to website, I can probably help, but the page likes are kind of their own animal.
Yeah, I know. Well, we need them to like our page.
I know.
That's what sucks, dude. I was like 65 cents. It was 65 cents a like, and then all of a sudden yesterday it's 83. I'm like, what the hell? You're optimizing it for more? You pricks. You know?
Well, that's what Facebook does. They're like, oh, they're okay paying 80 cents a click. Let's make them pay $1.50 a click.
Yeah, no. Frank wasn't cool with 60 cents. You know, I'm all, and I could not bid right on the screen, so I had to go with what they said optimized. I'm a 5-cent click, and I'll let the thing sit there for 7 years with no
Oh,
click. I don't care.
absolutely. Yeah.
2 cents. Send it to them at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. Oh, hey, let's get to a question here. Sandra, says, what was that plugin that changes the image positions? Is that a good solution in your opinion? It was a solution, and it was actually it was a plugin by Derek Pierce. He's an SEO guy down in Texas. I don't remember. I think it was part of a bundle that he did. It was a WSO launch. But he's a smart SEO guy. He's been doing it forever. And I was in a couple of his groups. I don't know the exact name of it, but it was cool. Is it a solution? I'm still old school with building pages by hand for clients. But then again, I want different sizes, different positions. So there's it depends on the client whether it's a good solution. Our automated systems, our SERP shakers, our any of those big behemoths that were, man, I used the word behemoth. That was cool. Those big freaking sites. I don't care where you put them. Put them in the beginning, put them in the middle, put them at the end. Don't mess with where your AdSense are going to go if you're going to do AdSense. And if you're going to do an overlay, just give Google what they want. Who the hell cares what it looks like? Again, my opinion. And my opinion is the only one that counts. So let's see what Carrie says. We'll bring your friend in, and he says, are you two having more success on Elance or Odesk to find outsourcers? We've mostly used Elance with some good success, but just wondering if Odesk is any better. I will let the Byron. What?
Neither.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going to answer. I don't use them. I've had nothing but horrible results with them. And again, our opinions from what we do.
Yeah.
Where do you find your outsourcers, brother?
Well, I used Elance and Odesk in the past, and I got burned. So I did find a couple good people. You can find good people, but in my experience, I found a better solution. And freelancer.com, I mean, it's basically the same thing, but I have had about an 80% success rate on freelancer.com. 80% is like the project's good, complete, everything's fine. Olance and eDesk, maybe like 10-20% success rate.
I had to fire and kill projects on Elance and Odesk.
Yeah.
Freelancer, yep. I did a couple of things. What I ended up doing was I literally went to Craigslist in nice. The cities that I wanted to target that were connected with people. I actually have a book by Chris Ducker, Chris Ducker on freelancing, and he owns a company, and you can hire his company, and they do all of the stuff. You fill out what the project's going to be and blah, 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 and they will go out and interview just this massive amount of people and then give you the most qualified list of like 5, and then you interview those 5 and you hire who it is. And the financials are you're actually paying them for like the interviewing service, so it's a couple $100. But a couple $100 to go through for somebody who's really going to be part of your team, and they're doing like not background checks, but they're making sure that they're not lying on their applications, that they actually are typists, they actually know English, whatever your requirements are. They look at their portfolios if they're artists or anything else like that. So using a service like his, and there's a few other ones out there, is really beneficial to everybody if you're building your team up solid. If you just need a per project, freelancer's fine, or an independent off of Craigslist.
Yeah, and I usually find a good person on Freelancer, and then I hire them for long term if they do good.
Yeah.
That's I ask for their Skype ID and I say, hey, let's talk outside of Freelancer, and if they do good work, I just hire them on either on a continual basis or just per project, and I always have their contact info, and you don't have to pay freelancer fees. I mean, of course, they would want you their platform, but if you're going to use the person over and over, you might as well just contact them, email them, Skype them, whatever, if they're good people. So that's what I usually do.
Which is against their terms of service.
Absolutely. So apologies for that, but it's how it works.
No apologies for that. That's just how it goes. And then the best source is to talk to your friends or your freelancers that you already use and say, do you have a family member or a friend that does this? Because they usually then tell the guy, hey, this is my ass on the line. You screw up my bread and butter, I'm going to whoop you. And they're local, so they can actually whoop each other. So, and then
I found an Indian developer who is a complete badass through using that.
And that's what my outsourcer's
my
right
connection
there, guys. He's on the other side of that camera. That's my outsourcer. If I find somebody in the community that does something that I need done, that's much better at it, much more efficient, or has a team already set up, I'm going to you guys. So that's where I'm going. It's easier. I trust you. I know you. We've built a relationship, and again, it's just like your freelancer, your outsourcer. It's a reputation that's now on the line, so everybody's willing to work a little harder. Carrie is back again. Thank you, Carrie, for your awesome questions. What's your opinion on H1 to H4 tags? We're setting up our pages with only one H1 and H2, and making sure that we have at least one H3 and H4. Yep, if it works, keep doing it. H1 definitely, H3 definitely. H2s are kind of ugly. I know they're needed, but they're so almost title tags. Size-wise, they just look all shitty if you're using just the basic stuff. But yeah, you want subcategories on your pages, which normally I use for my H3s. H2, I might use at the very bottom to almost regurgitate what my title is, which is the H1, and stuff like that. So I'll set it up so the H2 that's ugly is at the very bottom that nobody's ever going to see, except, of course, Google. Again, I don't know if this is right. It works. Pages rank crazy. I will tell you this. I have a test site that actually has H1, H2, H3, H4, a picture, a video, and that's it. And it's the same keyword in all of the H's. It's the keyword optimized for the picture, and it's keyword optimized for the video, all the way down. It is absolute crap. And I'm in the top 5 for every keyword that we go after.
Yeah,
locally.
I use the heading tags all the time. I mean, I think it's kind of a standard. Obviously, if you abuse them, Google's probably going to do something, but just use them how use them naturally. I mean, I hate to say use it naturally like Matt Cutt says, but just do that and you'll be fine, So.
But that's the truth. That's what it is, and that's why I say visually it looks like crap when you've got the H1, then you have an H2, and then the rest of the page is H3 and 4. It looks, it just looks it's crap. It hurts my head. Don't hurt my head, guys. Look at it, and if it looks like crap to you, it's going to look like crap to your client. It's going to look like crap to the end user. You want to feed the client, but you want to get to them. You want them to understand that you need to get the consumer to do something, and that's what you want. And that's the final project, is the action you want. I mean, if you want them to call, put the freaking phone number in H2 right in the screen above the fold. Tell them, call this number now. Tell them what to do. It'll be amazing. They will do it. I wish it was that simple, but, you know. Carrie says, thanks for the answer. You're welcome. So you were speaking more client-side SEO versus SS, Greg. And yes. SERP Shaker, landlord siting, all of these things, and stuff that SimEasy talks about with our big power sites and things. Rules are different. The rules are different because a lot of us and you know, Byron and I have talked about this. We do burn and churn. You know, for these other sites, these little things. I don't care what happens. If it works for 6 months and Google blows me up on the next filter update, fine. I just go buy another URL. As Andrew says, don't fall in love with your domains. No.
I'm trying to follow that advice because I have that problem. I think you have that problem too.
Oh, dude, I have it. I am a URL whore. I mean, I'm in the bulk purchase program with GoDaddy. You know,
Frank, pull out the list. It's huge.
Oh, my list or my? Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. I was going to say, no, you freak. I've got multiple pages all over the place. I have over 380 URLs. Literally. Nice. This is the P's. This is the P's. So, and you can see my circle of trust that I was building. So yes, the SERP Shakers, the landlord sites are the rules are totally different. Do what works and do what's going to get you to ranking and keep adding. So if you need 3 H1s, that's not going to do good. Google don't like that. But I mean, if you need it, do it. If it works, keep doing it. And if it blows up, don't do it again. So yeah, that's different. The client stuff is I'm seeing more newbies coming in and taking these guru courses and doing it with their clients, and if it doesn't work or it implodes, they're going, oh shit, and their reputations are being hurt because they don't know better. You don't, and I always tell people, don't practice on your money site, and your money site is the client site, your AdSense site, wherever you're making money from. But if it's a client, definitely don't do some risky shit to them. That's bad news. We're about 5 minutes out, my brother. You've got a client call, and I have a sick wife at home that got to get to the El Doctoros.
Cold.
So let's knock out these last two questions and from Greg and Adam, and then we'll shut it down. But I do want to do one thing real quick. We're going to have Mark on again. There's going to be a massive giveaway. After Monday's launch of SERP Spike with SimEasy.com, we're going to be giving away spikes or credits, tokens, however you want to think of them, but they're called spikes. So we'll be giving away spikes. We're ordering T-shirts and hats, so when those come in, but you must be on the show, watching live. I know it's a pain in the ass for some of you, and I apologize. If you have a better time or date, get over to simeasy.com, get into the forum, and tell us. We have a whole area for the show. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/SEO show, SEO show on YouTube. Tell us if there's a better time. Tell us what you want to hear about. Tell us who you want to have us interview. We've got everybody from Matt Woodward to hopefully I'm going to have Larry Winget coming on.
That's awesome.
Mike McAllowitz said that he'll come on. He's going to be talking about business, not just SEO, because SEO is growing your business and business is money, and these guys are smart motherfuckers, and they know what they're talking about, and I always go to the people who know more and who do better. So we'll do that. Now, Greg says, I have a directory in one county that has a map for each page. Do you see that as a problem? No. No, it's a directory. So yeah, that'll work. That'll work really well. And again, it's one of those things you can mix it up. You can. I don't know if using different maps would do anything. Like I know we want Google's map embedded a lot, but what if you embedded MapQuest or something? Would that F your site up, you think?
You know, that's a good question. I really don't know. I think that Google knows it's a map service, so it probably would be fine. But I know they love their own products more than everybody else's. So,
Right. Yeah, I just
know.
wonder if that would like really jack them up to see a MapQuest. Everything dedicated to Google, and then all of a sudden MapQuest on there, which I hate MapQuest, guys, but if it works, it works. So yeah, no, that works out, Greg. And again, ask around, ask other people. Doug, no problem, appreciate it. Sorry, we're cutting it so short, but hey, we gotta make money too. And Adam's last question is: there's a plugin called SEO Contact Page that puts in a map and a local schema info. Oh, awesome, Adam. That's called SEO Contact Page.
Yep, I've actually used that. It's pretty slick.
Oh, you use it? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I've used it. Yeah.
There we go. We know at least two people. Okay, Baron Best, we'll spike you, dude, if you're here. I'll spike you. I mean, I don't know if I'll give you a spike, but I can spike you. I mean, I don't know. Love this time, Greg. Awesome. Love to learn more about retargeting. Okay, Doug. Yeah, we'll get some retargeting folks in here. I know that there's a brand new retargeting WordPress plugin for word targeting. I have not played with it. I do not endorse it. I don't know anything about it other than I saw that it was released. But we'll look at more. Again, this is the SEO Show. I'm Frey Schwartz. That's Byron Lee. Guys, it is exactly a frickin' hour. Can you believe that?
Yes.
Sandra, go ahead and go back into the Facebook group and give me your address, and I'll get it. I can still send it to you, hon.
Appreciate you guys sticking around.
Later, brother. I cannot believe it. We did it in an hour.
Perfect.